Hi, Jose. Professor Ball here. How's it going? For this paper, I'm going to be doing video feedback for you on your essay. And the first thing that I do when I look at papers, when I open them up, is I look at MLA format. And I see here you have the information you need at the top, this information here. And just one thing you want to get in the habit of doing, at least for academic writing, is doing your date a little bit differently here, April 2018. Okay, so the best way to help is often just to listen. That's fine, but this is the title of the TED Talk, and you need your own title. Have you ever thought to yourself why your life is so difficult, or why does this only happen to me? You are not alone in this. Punctuation. So probably period. There are millions of people around the world that are going or have gone by worse situations that you are going through. Sophie Andrews can be used as an example of an issue, the issue that few people have gone through. All right, so one thing I would suggest to you is be careful with the word you, because you're talking about me right now. And if I'm reading this out loud and now you hear you say, have you ever thought to yourself why your life is so difficult? If I were to say, nope, I like my life, I'm doing pretty good, then we're done reading it. So be careful with the second person you. And the best example I gave, and hopefully you'll understand this, is I had a student years ago who tried to start a sentence or an introduction with a question. And the first thing she said was, do you remember the first time you got your period? So she was reading it in a small group to me and about 6 other students, half male, half female. Well, she's already alienated half the group, the guys, because they don't have a menstrual period. So be careful with the you. I am not seeing your thesis. The thesis is that one sentence that tells the reader what it is that you're talking about. And just as a reminder here, the prompt is asking you to analyze how the talker or the speaker makes their case convincing. Do they use data or statistics? Do they use personal experience? Do they use research? What do they do? Images. Talking to the audience. That's what we're looking for here. All right, moving on. As a young teen, Andrews, you don't know her, so in terms of formality, you would say Andrews was sexually abused, past tense, not just by her father, but from his friends as well. Early in the morning, from a restroom train station, after cutting her arm with a piece of glass, she gets up to look at herself. She gets up and looks at herself in the mirror, thinking to herself, why won't someone kill her already? So I'm glad you're using a quotation, but this is a hit and run quotation, which we talked about a few weeks ago. You want to introduce a quotation and then use it, and then talk about why you're using it. She walks out of the restroom and she makes one last shot for hope. Maybe colon, because you're about to define for us what she's doing. Goes into a phone booth and makes a life-changing call. So life-changing is hyphenated because it's 2 words to describe the noun. What kind of call was it? Life-changing. There's a telephone line in London called Samaritans that is open 24 hours, even on holidays, that is there to help out with suicidal thoughts, depression, or just looking for someone to talk to. And this one's TO. The question, though, I have here is who? I mean, I know it's people or Londoners or Britain or British people. You're missing the subject here. By making this call, Andrews got the help needed to figure out a way to cope with all the types of situations she's going through. A person might not be going to or through the same situation that she went through, but that doesn't mean they might still need help. But that doesn't mean they might still need help to know how to deal with it. True. Just by talking to someone that not needing to be family or close friends, take a look at that. It can be a complete stranger. All we need is at least someone just to listen to our voice and help us vent. Okay, so I'm going to write the word so, and don't take this the wrong way. So, language of the prompt. Oops, is this going to work for me? All right. So the paper is asking you, well, how does Sophie Andrews make her point? And here you're just summarizing for me. You were summarizing here too. But here you're summarizing. Is it the use of data, statistics, research, interviews, personal experience? That's what you should be focusing on. That's what the pie paragraphs are. Do you remember those? You make a point, you illustrate it, then you explain it. So the point is that she uses blah, blah, blah to make her case. There are over hundreds of local facilities such as Samaritans that are there for people in need. They are life saviors. Check out the spelling. Without a doubt, even, E-V-E-N, not a big deal, local libraries that are staffed with counselors that are willing to help out and hear what you got to say. Even local libraries are staffed. Take a look at that. At last, there is no need to pay a therapist and have them say there's nothing really wrong with you. One thing is for sure, and I would say again, this is a colon because you're about to define what it is that you know for sure. The hardest part is to speak out and is how to tell that person what you are going through. Again, there's a lot of use, so watch that. So people, humans, citizens of England, Americans, that's how you can be more specific. You might be afraid that they are going to judge you or that they will not really help, but just as long as you're able to get it out of your body into somebody else's mind, that is one of the biggest accomplishments yet. Okay, so here's the thing, Jose, you don't answer the question, sadly. I need to know how she makes her case, and you were just summarizing the TED Talk. So this is not a passing grade. You can revise one paper this semester. You'll want to wait to see how you do on paper number 3 and pick the lowest essay. But if you had taken a look at the video that I posted and the sample essays, you will see that they all most of them attempted to tell me how the TED Talker makes her case. And you're not doing that. The works cited, the words here should be centered. You do have it right here, Andrews Sophie. This is in quotation marks. You need TED Talks, then you need YouTube. This was the date it was uploaded, and then this is the date. You need the date that you accessed it. All right, so there you go. Let me know if you have any questions, okay? Thanks.